Okay, Internet. I am doing my Dota fantasy draft, and I'm getting down to the last few reroll tokens. So where I'm at right now is I feel like I've pretty much locked in my mid and my support, but my cores is the one that I'm kind of struggling with. So my support, smokes used is kind of it could be good, could be mediocre. Team fight is pretty good, I think. Watchers taken, those are free, so they're just going to happen in the game. So I feel like smokes used is probably the weakest stat on that one, but generally speaking, it seems like the percentages are pretty high. And team fight's the strongest. So I feel like this banner, the tier could be good. If I can pick up a tier reroll for the green, I might try that. Because I don't have fractal on here, so there's no penalty for having the same tier level on this banner. So I'm mostly happy with this. If I can get a reroll for the tier here, that might be nice. And yeah, other than that, I think I'm pretty happy. For mid, GPM, Runes Grab, Team Fight, pretty great stats. Team fight is a little bit low. I do have fractal on this one, so re-rolling the tier 2 on team fight could penalize me, and so I'm hesitant to try and re-roll that. I feel like the mid, they're kind of the tempo guy, so they're going to be involving themselves in team fights for sure. So this will score pretty good. Like even without a high multiplier, it would be better if it's higher, but I think gambling on that, I would rather have a high percentage on this, the runes grabbed, and they score low on runes grabbed, and I have a high multiplier to make up for it, than have a high multiplier on this and a low multiplier on this and they score low. I feel like it kind of balances itself out. So that brings us to the core. Where I'm at right now, and I'm kind of pacing back and forth here, is so team fight and GPM, great stats. Deaths, not so much. I was looking up the stats for these guys, and it seems like they can average anywhere from 3 to 8 deaths per game, and these guys I think are higher than the like professional average right now in terms of deaths. So not really the best stat. It is tier 5, so like I've got the best multiplier on this. So if I have to keep it, it's maybe not too terrible. I have an opportunity here. I literally used the last I think 8, maybe 9 reroll tokens to try and get a reroll first red. And I haven't gotten it at all. And actually I haven't gotten any red rerolls at all until just now. And the problem is that it rerolls both reds. So there's 6 different stats for reds. There's kills, deaths, GPM, tower kills, madstone collected, and something else. So like the 3 that I want are kills, GPM, or what's the other one? Kills, GPM, and something else. So there's like 3 of them that I want out of the 6. So it's a 50% chance of re-rolling each individual one to a good one. So 50% times 50% is 25%. So there's a 25% chance that I re-roll both, and they both end up being a good stat. But like I said, the deaths is already pretty maxed out. So if I keep it, it's maybe not terrible. It's just it reduces my potential to score much higher. So like either I go for the gold here, or I reroll operations and just pray that I get a reroll the first red. And I'm kind of leaning on rerolling until I get the first red rerolled. because it's still high percentage. Yeah, so that's my struggle right now. What I've been kind of pacing back and forth about. Generally speaking, let's add these guys up. So the max I think you can realistically get is somewhere around like 300%. You might be able to get a little bit higher than 300, but 300% I think is like crazy solid. So if the max on each one, 300% times 3 different pieces would be 900%. So on the support, I've got 150 plus 220 is 370 plus 240 is 600. Oh my gosh, I can't math. 370 plus 240. So that's 570 plus 40% is 610%. So that's pretty high. 610% out of 900%. The second one, so mid, it's 250 plus 230 is 480. 480 plus 130 is 580 plus 30. So it's also 610%. That's pretty good. On the core, man, that's a great banner. That's 490 plus 270. So that's 690 plus 70%. That's 760%. That's an insanely high score. Yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna re-roll the reds. Percentage-wise, I'm strong, and stat-wise, I'm pretty great. Outside of that one red on the core. So I guess we're just gonna re-roll. Oh man, this is my one opportunity to change it. See, the other problem that I'm running into here is my goal here is I'm going a little bit of a risky play already. I'm going for teams that have a history of running games a little bit long, for Falcons and for Yandex. So that way they have the opportunity to score significantly higher. And Liquid is the outlier here because they have a habit of ending games in the 25 to 35 minute mark. They don't really run games long. So but they do very well. So my goal here was to 2 stable ones that are going to just score good no matter what, and then have one kind of gambly one to kind of catapult myself up into the high percentile by hoping that Liquid goes up against a team that runs games really long. I believe like Aurora. And if that happens, then I've got 2 solid baseline banners and then one that has the potential to score significantly higher. So if Liquid crushes it and they have the 25-minute games, I get double penalized because well, no, I guess that actually kind of works out because if they go short on games, it means they're probably winning, which means that they're going to have low deaths. So I guess that's kind of like giving me a safety net on Liquid. Is like if they run long, great, but deaths is going to hold me back from scoring a little bit higher. But if they run short, then deaths acts like a safety net. So I guess I guess I don't feel too bad about the deaths anymore. Maybe I would really love if it was different because then I'll have a baseline no matter what if they do good or bad with the match timings. But yeah, I guess it kind of balances out. So I guess I'm okay with that. I guess I'm gonna re-roll. Oh boy. Reroll trait, stat, reroll stat for reds again. Boy, if I re-rolled the reds, then I would have had a second chance. Okay, this doesn't help us at all. Definitely don't want that one. I guess I should be checking the reroll quality for green. That would have been a good idea. I should have been watching for that. I hope I didn't accidentally pass that up by accident. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. That doesn't help us. Stat for red. Damn. Quality for green. Okay, let me double check this. Benevolent. I don't have fractal. Quality. Okay, we have a 4 out of 6 chance, right? No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 out of 5 chance of rolling higher. So that's 60%. Let's hope that we don't get a 1. Here we go, re-rolling quality. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, that's a rush. Okay. No, this doesn't help us. Okay, so we're going to re-roll operations. Oh man, we're getting down to the wire. Trying to remind myself not to feel too bad because the deaths one isn't terrible. Oh my god, there's another reroll red. Come on, reroll first red emblem. First red emblem. Come on. Come on. Oh, the reroll counts as a use? I guess the ones that were on there weren't good anyways. Okay. Well, I guess this is my banner, and nothing really changed outside of upgrading the tier level on Teamfight here, which that worked out great. That was a pretty big boost there. So I guess I'm kind of stuck with the deaths, which is disappointing, but it's not terrible. Because like I was saying earlier, if they do really well and they close the games out really quickly as they're expected to do, then they're likely to have low deaths, and I'll score high on that because it's almost maxed out on the percentage there. But if they do poorly, or if they do like they win the games, but they run the games long, like I'm hoping, the death score definitely won't be very high, but I have a high percentage on GPM and team fight, so hopefully that'll help with the score. Because what is the max here? So it's like almost 2,000 points. So if they get 0 on that, team fight really has, it seems like, okay, it's up to that amount. So it looks like you can score around 6,000 max. And I'm expecting around the 500 GPM mark times 2. And then that's 1,000 times 270%. So it's like 2,700 points. So that kind of makes up for it a little bit. Because that puts us at 4,800 if they max these out of the grand total of approximately like 6,000 for good point scoring. So like even if they do shit on the deaths, they should still score pretty high in the worst case scenario. So yeah, I feel like I'm pretty happy. The deaths is still the only thing that I would really like changed. Okay, well, cool. Here is my fantasy draft, and then here are my predictions. I don't follow pro Dota very closely. I play pretty casually. I like to enjoy the game more than like watching it, but I do like to watch the international every single year. So I'm not too familiar with the backstories behind these teams. I was doing a little bit of reading and kind of figured out where the expected winners are and the expected losers. The only thing of note, I know we only got 1 day left in the group stage before it locks, but the LGD, they had a guy get banned because of some gambling related stuff. And that Tai Lung guy, he's getting replaced by, I believe his name is Thompson. And so switching your lineup that late into the tournament is definitely bad juju. So I don't think that they're going to do very well. Especially, I think I heard that this team likes to speak in Spanish inside their box, and Thompson I don't think speaks Spanish from what I heard. That could be incorrect, but I mean, that's also not great. Communication is key for these games, so I don't think that they're going to make it. Otherwise, they would have been kind of a top level pick for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be able to add any good input here for anybody's predictions because I don't follow pro Dota as much as other people do. But this is what I got. All right. Well, good luck to anybody that participates.